It started with something small, barely worth noticing, really. Just Oliver, my cat, acting weird at night, crying outside my bedroom door, pacing in the hall. I figured maybe he was bored, or hungry, or saw his reflection again and didn't recognize it. Cats do weird things all the time. I didn't think much of it. The first time it happened, I was asleep. I remember waking up around 2:30 in the morning to this long, low meow. It wasn't his usual noise. This was deeper, drawn out, almost like he was trying to talk. I got up, checked the apartment. Nothing was wrong. No intruders. No other animals. He was just sitting at the end of the hallway, staring at my door like he expected it to open itself. I chalked it up to late-night cat behavior. The next morning, I set up an old camcorder in the living room. I wanted to see what he was doing when I wasn't watching. Maybe he'd caught a mouse or something. Maybe there were squirrels outside the window. I didn't expect anything unusual. That night, November 6th, I went to bed around 11. The camera ran all night. When I watched the footage the next morning, everything seemed normal. Oliver slept on the couch for most of it. At one point, he got up and stretched, moved into the kitchen, then came back. No big deal. I almost didn't keep watching, but around 3:11 a.m., something strange happened. He froze in place, like completely froze. He was on the couch, mid-lick, paw lifted, and then nothing. Just still, for at least 4 minutes. The timestamp didn't skip. The clock kept ticking. But Oliver didn't move a muscle. His eyes were wide open, focused on something just outside the frame. Then, slowly, he turned his head toward the hallway. Not suddenly, not like a cat noticing something move. It was slow, intentional. He stared down that hallway for 42 minutes. Didn't make a sound, didn't blink, didn't even breathe, from what I could tell. That was the first time I felt it, something cold. I felt like someone was watching me just for reviewing the tape. I didn't tell anyone. Not yet. The next night, November 7th, I left the camera running again. This time, I placed a second one in the hallway. I wanted both angles, just in case. What I captured still gives me chills. At exactly 11:52 p.m., Oliver walked out of frame from the living room cam and into the hallway. The moment he appeared on the hallway feed, the lights flickered. Just once, a quick buzz. Then he stopped, and he started crying. Not meowing, not even yowling, crying like a baby, like someone in pain. He just sat there facing the far end of the hallway, crying. The sound was warped, like it wasn't just him, it was him, and something beneath it. A second tone, too low to make out. Almost like someone whispering behind a wall. Then the crying stopped. Not gradually, not because he walked away. It just cut out. The camera picked up a sharp, high-pitched frequency. 2 seconds long, like a signal. Then nothing. Black screen, audio gone. The feed returned 23 minutes later. The hallway was empty. Oliver was gone. I found him the next morning in the bathroom sink, sleeping like nothing happened. That's when I started keeping a journal. Not just video, but writing things down. My thoughts, what I heard, what I saw. By the third night, November 8th, I was starting to get scared. I didn't want to admit it. I told myself it was all explainable. Glitches, tape damage, maybe some kind of EMF problem in the apartment. I even convinced myself I might be sleepwalking. Maybe I was the one moving things around, not Oliver. But that night destroyed any sense of comfort I had left. At 12:04 a.m., Oliver walked into my bedroom. He sat at the foot of the bed and stared at me. I was already awake. I had trouble sleeping. I watched him sit there for 13 straight minutes. He didn't blink, didn't look away, just stared. At some point, I whispered his name, tried to coax him toward me. He didn't respond. He just opened his mouth and didn't make a sound. Just sat there, mouth open, jaw trembling slightly. Then the bedroom door creaked. No wind, no draft, no explanation. Just creaked open by itself. Oliver turned to look at it slowly, and he ran, bolted out of the room like something had grabbed his tail. I didn't follow him. I just stared at the door, half expecting something to walk through. Nothing did, but I didn't sleep. The fourth night is when I stopped pretending I was imagining it. The camera feed started glitching around 11:30 p.m. Random pixelation, frames freezing, a few seconds where the colors inverted entirely. At 2:03 a.m. the living room camera picked up something new. A shape. At the window. Tall. Slender. Watching from outside. No details, just a silhouette. Oliver was in the corner, growling. I'd never heard him growl before, and then the shape was inside. I didn't see it enter, it was just there. Standing in the hallway, no face, no features, just this pale figure. It didn't move, it didn't need to. The audio on both tapes synced up at that moment. Every device in the apartment picked up the same sound. Run, a whisper. One word, looping, echoing, run, run. I unplugged everything, pulled the tapes, hid in the bathroom until morning. When I finally left the room, Oliver was sitting on the kitchen table, just staring at me. His eyes were wide, too wide, like he'd seen something he couldn't understand. On the fifth night, I didn't set up the cameras. I couldn't. Instead, I recorded audio, just my voice. I wanted to document what I was hearing, what I was feeling. This is part of what I said, just before 2 a.m. I don't know what's happening. Oliver keeps crying. He won't leave the door. He keeps staring at the window like there's something there. I swear I can hear movement inside the walls, scratching, whispering. It stops when I get close. But it's there. I know it's there. The recording ends with static, but just before it cuts out, another voice overlays mine. It's quiet. Male. Deeper than me. You should have listened to him. That wasn't me. Night 6. November 11th. No visuals, just sound. Footsteps across the ceiling, claws scraping the floor. Heavy breathing, then a scream. Mine, then Oliver's voice. Not a meow, not a cry, but speech. They're here. Those were the words. They're here. I haven't left my apartment since. I've nailed the windows shut, covered the mirrors, sealed every vent. I haven't seen Oliver in 2 days. But sometimes I hear him crying in the hallway, and I don't go check, I don't even move, because I know now it's not him. The voice is wrong. It's using him. It wants me to come closer, to open the door, to look, and I won't. If you're hearing this, if your cat starts crying at night, and it sounds like he's warning you, he is. Listen to him, because once it starts, it doesn't stop. And if you look into the hallway, if you see it standing there, don't ask questions. Don't look away. And whatever you do, run.